When you're in a sport or an instrument, you need to practice. So I want you to practice the attitude of gratitude doing these 3 things. Number 1, I want you to think it, write it, say it. 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 I'm doing that so you can get this kind of rhythm going on, so you can remember the 3 words. When I say practice the attitude of gratitude, I'm saying think it, write it, say it. Think it, write it, say it. Let's break those down. Every day, whether you wake up to do it, whether you do it when you first wake up, whether you do it when you first sit down for breakfast, I want you to think of 5 things that you're thankful for. 5 things that you say, you know what? I'm grateful that I have these 5 things in my life. 5 things. But not just think, I want you to write it down. And writing it down is so important because when we write things down, not only are we seeing it, we're thinking, number 1, we're seeing it and we're actively writing it down. So it's cemented in our minds what we are thankful for. So I want you to think about it. I want you to write it down. Then I want you to say thank you to someone about something. To say thank you. So if you're grateful that you have a table to eat breakfast at, look at your parents and say thank you for the table. If you have socks to put on your feet, I want you to say thank you for the socks. Why? Because it makes you think again about what you're saying thankful for and you're expressing that thankfulness. It's hard to be grumpy when you're expressing thankfulness for something. Think about it. Thank you, mama, for giving me socks. It's kind of hard to have a negative attitude about that. Not only that, when you say it to people, when you practice saying thank you to people, you get something back from them because they smile. Someone will be kind of surprised you're saying thank you, but it changes people. It changes your environment. So I want you to practice the attitude of gratitude every day. Practice it. How do you practice it? You think it, you write it, and you say it. And I'm gonna give you something that I got last week, something I put in my invisible backpack. Many of you heard me talk about your invisible backpack before, and I put things in my invisible backpack. When I learn things, I hear quotes, and this quote really helped me see things differently about practice. Now, it's been said, practice makes perfect. I don't believe that, because if you practice the wrong thing the wrong way, it doesn't make it perfect, it just makes it a habit, right? But I love this quote about practice from Nick Saban. Now, Nick Saban is one of the most decorated or most successful college football coaches ever. Dude wins all the time. And no matter who's on the team, the brother coaches well, right? He said this about practice. You don't practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. Nick Saban said this. You don't practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. I love that. Think about it. You don't practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. There's a big difference. Sometimes you can practice, you get it right, you got it, but then you come back to you forget it. But if you practice enough, you can't get it wrong. Every time you do it, you get it right. Every single time. So I want you to practice every day to think it, write it, and say it. Because I believe that will help you have the attitude of gratitude. Now, your activity today is kind of simple. I want you to do exactly that. Today will be the first day. I want you to practice the attitude of gratitude by thinking it, writing it, and saying it. So right now, get a piece of paper out. Maybe you have a journal. That'd be better. If you had a journal that you keep, some of you keep a journal, some of you don't. Journal is a great thing. I do a journal on my laptop and on my phone. But write these things down. So start your journal if you haven't, or get a piece of paper. But I want you right now to think about 5 things at least. You can do more if you want to, but 5 things for the day that you're grateful for. So I want you to write it down. I want you to think it, first of all. Write it. And then say thank you to someone in the classroom about something that you are grateful for. All right? So here you go. Get ready, get set, go. And every day, be with me. I choose the attitude of gratitude. Yo,